There was a time when a woman's success was measured by how well she fit into someone else's idea of perfection. A good daughter, a good wife, a good mother, neat, polite, never too loud, never too ambitious. The world whispered, "Stay small, stay quiet," but not anymore. The tide is turning, and it's not a gentle ripple, it's a wave. Today, success is no longer confined to a checklist someone else wrote. It's a fire burning in the heart of every woman who refuses to settle. Because success today isn't about fitting in. It's about standing out boldly and unapologetically. Success today for women means owning your story. It means choosing purpose over perfection. It's not about sacrificing your dreams for someone else's comfort. It's about defining your worth on your terms. Whether you're running a business, raising children, building communities, chasing degrees, healing from trauma, or daring to begin a journey matters. Your power isn't tied to titles or trophies. It's in your resilience, your ability to fall and rise again and again. Women today are not waiting for permission. They're writing their own rules. The new definition of success means freedom. Freedom to say yes, freedom to say no. It's no longer about being everything to everyone. It's about being true to yourself. Maybe you chose career over kids, or kids over career. Maybe you chose both. Maybe your success was surviving a battle no one saw. That counts too, because success isn't linear. It's layered, complex, and beautifully chaotic. It's waking up every day and showing up even when it's hard. It's refusing to shrink just to make others comfortable. It's speaking your truth even when your voice trembles. For too long, women have been told they had to choose softness or strength, ambition or kindness, power or love. But why not all? Today's successful woman is not one-dimensional. She is fierce and gentle, bold and compassionate. She sets boundaries and still leads with empathy. She can walk into a boardroom and command attention, or sit in silence and still radiate power. She doesn't chase validation. She lives from alignment. The new definition of success is not a destination. It's a daily decision to rise, to evolve, to keep becoming. And let's talk about self-worth. For generations, women have been conditioned to tie their value to what they do for others, how well they nurture, how perfectly they please. But that mindset is fading. Slowly, steadily, women are reclaiming their identity, realizing that they are worthy not because of what they produce, but because of who they are. Success is not sacrificing your peace for applause. It's about living a life that feels good on the inside, not just looks good on the outside. Authenticity is the new currency, and women are learning to invest it wisely. We must acknowledge how culture tried to silence this revolution. From magazines that pushed impossible beauty standards to traditions that celebrated silence over strength. But women adapted, innovated, rebelled. Not always loudly, sometimes with a whisper, sometimes with a single step. But each step forward broke a chain. Today, a successful woman is not the one who has it all. It's the one who defines what all means for herself. She's not trying to win someone else's race. She's running her own. She's not afraid to start late, start over, or start small. Because she knows starting it all is courage, and courage is the foundation. Because being a woman today means navigating expectations from every direction. Be soft, but not too weak. Be strong, but not intimidating. Be successful, but not selfish. It's exhausting. But the women redefining success are doing something radical. They're choosing peace over performance. They're saying, I don't owe anyone an explanation for my dreams. I don't need permission to pursue my joy. I am not behind. I am on my path, and that is enough. When you strip away the noise, the comparisons, the old narratives, what's left is power, not borrowed, not dependent, but internal, quietly raging. And that's what women are reclaiming today. They are no longer waiting to be chosen. They're choosing themselves. They're starting businesses, not because they want wealth, but because they want freedom. They're walking away from toxic relationships, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. They're speaking up in rooms that once silenced them, not out of anger, but out of clarity. They know who they are now, and that knowing changes everything. The new definition of success embraces the full spectrum of womanhood. It honors the woman who leads a nation and the one who leads a household. It values the entrepreneur and the artist, the healer and the fighter. The woman who wears heels and the one who wears scars, because every version of success is valid. There's no one-size-fits-all. That idea is dead. We're living in a time where diversity is not a buzzword, it's a necessity. And every woman is discovering that her uniqueness is not a weakness, it's her strength. Women are redefining success by supporting one another. Not competing, not comparing, but lifting, celebrating, collaborating. The lie that there's only room for one woman at the top is unraveling. Now, we're building longer tables, not higher fences. We're replacing jealousy with generosity, scarcity with abundance. Women are mentoring, teaching, and creating space for each other. Because success that isolates isn't really success. But success that multiplies, that's legacy. And legacy is key. Because today's woman isn't just thinking about her present, she's thinking about the girls watching her, the ones absorbing her strength, learning from her voice. She knows that every time she chooses courage, she gives someone else permission to do the same. She's planting seeds of change not in distant lands, but in the hearts of those around her. Her success is not just what she achieves, it's what she inspires. Let's be honest, success also means healing, because so many women are carrying inherited pain. Trauma passed down like an unwanted heirloom, and the bravest thing some women have done is break cycles. Say, "This ends with me." They went to therapy. They chose boundaries. They confronted wounds that had been ignored for generations. That healing, that's success. Because when you heal yourself, you heal everything you touch. You raise children differently, you love differently, you lead differently. Healing isn't loud, but it's powerful. And power today isn't about control, it's about choice. The choice to show up, to rest, to create, to lead, to love. Women are redefining leadership not as dominance, but as service. Not as ego, but as impact. They're challenging outdated systems, building new ones. Women are at the front lines of change in politics, in science, in education, in art. And they're not asking for seats at the table. They're building their own tables with their own blueprints, and they're doing it with empathy, with integrity, with a fierce commitment to justice and truth. This new definition of success rejects burnout as a badge of honor. It embraces rest as resistance. It honors intuition as intelligence. Women are tuning out the noise and tuning into themselves. They're learning that saying no is sacred, that saying yes must be rooted in alignment, not obligation. They're not afraid to pivot, to walk away from what no longer serves them. They're shedding roles, titles, and labels that once confined them, because now they know their identity is not in what they do, but who they are becoming. And becoming is messy, it's non-linear, but that's the beauty of it. Every misstep is a lesson. Every loss, a redirection. Every silence, a reset. Women are allowing themselves to evolve, to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress. To fail publicly and rise privately, they're redefining strength as vulnerability. Success isn't about pretending to have it all together. It's about owning the journey with all its cracks and curves. Because real success doesn't demand perfection, it demands presence. The most powerful woman today is the one who has stopped apologizing for who she is. She no longer asks, "Am I too much?" She asks, "Am I being true?" That's the shift. That's the awakening. She isn't here to make everyone comfortable. She's here to live in full color, loud, bold, clear. She honors her emotions. She trusts her gut. She listens to her body. Because success isn't just mental or financial. It's spiritual, emotional, energetic. It's about alignment in all dimensions. The woman who is thriving today isn't chasing balance sheets, choosing harmony, she's choosing joy. Not as a luxury, but as a right. She's not waiting for weekends or retirement. She's weaving joy into her everyday moments, into morning routines, into hard conversations, into messy kitchens and silent prayers. Because joy is a revolution, and women are leading that revolution. They're rewriting what it means to be successful by choosing happiness not as an end goal, but as a lifestyle. They're not waiting for conditions to be perfect. They're choosing gratitude now, purpose now, peace now, and they're not hiding anymore. Not their ideas, not their desires, not their brilliance. They're showing up in rooms that once doubted demand, taking up space, not shrinking, not explaining, just being, fully, authentically, relentlessly. That's success. To show up as yourself without fear of judgment. To know that you belong not because you conform, but because you exist. And that belonging, it's internal. It's a home within yourself. Women are learning to come home to themselves, and from that place, they create magic. The future belongs to the woman who trusts herself, who honors her rhythm, who reclaims her voice. She's not trying to be the next anyone. She's becoming the first her. She's not chasing trends, she's living truth. She's not waiting to be seen, she sees herself. And in doing so, she invites the world to do the same. Because a woman who knows her worth changes everything she touches. She shifts rooms. She disrupts systems. She transforms generations. That's the new definition of success. Wholeness, wisdom, and wild, radiant self-belief. So to every woman listening, watching, reading this is your moment. You are not behind, you are not broken, you are not too late. You are becoming. Every breath, every step, every choice is shaping your story. You don't need to prove your worth. You already are worthy. You don't need to wait for permission. Your life is yours. You were never meant to live in someone else's shadow. You were born to shine, to speak, to lead, to love. You are the fire and the light. The question is, will you claim it? Stop apologizing for your ambition. Stop shrinking your dreams to fit into someone else's comfort zone. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Start now with the mess, with the fear, with the doubt. Start because your voice matters. Your vision matters. You matter. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs your authenticity, your truth, your roar, your tenderness. So rise. Rise for yourself. Rise for the girls watching you. Rise for the woman you're becoming. This is not just motivation. This is your reminder. You are capable. You are powerful. You are enough. The new definition of success isn't out there, it's within you. You don't need to chase it. You need to awaken it. And when you do, when you step fully into who you are, without fear, without apology, will not just succeed. You will soar.